Hello everyone, we're back with Dragon Age Origins. And I am definitely back with something to drink to keep me from being, dry-mouthed or anything through this. So, like I said, I'm not, oh no! Yeah, I know. I am not extremely well versed. Oh. Okay, maybe, for one, for the love of all that's good. Okay. I think I kind of messed something up there. We'll see the next time we get into combat. Yeah, like I said, not a huge fan of passive combat stuff. I'm also right-click to examine. See, I think that's my problem is I'm not right-clicking. Okay, I'm not very well versed in playing games on computers. It's, oh no. Here I am, here I am doing a Let's Play
this must be the cave.
Computer. It's still so
I don't
loud.
recall seeing this before, do you?
I don't think I adjusted voice volumes, but anyway. Yeah, we shouldn't go in a lot. No, I'm gonna be. We're gonna
My
play
thoughts
this
exactly.
confident.
With luck, we'll find something that will make us clan heroes.
Another thing is I do realize I can. I do realize I can select dialogue using the keyboard. As I just said, I'm not good at PC gaming.
Looks like the
So
sham
this is
was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
Gosh, this is. Okay, ambient dialogue. We're gonna need that, and we're gonna turn peoples down too. Okay. So this is a learning experience for all of us, a growing experience. My apologies if you are arachnophobic. I completely empathize. How the heck? I'll just, oh, that's... what even... Okay, what is this? Is this money? If all you've ever done is watch Let's Plays, I don't think you can fully appreciate just how quickly, like, you can be just MLG pro gamer, and you will just fall to absolute pieces trying to play this. Yeah, I realize I can do a lot better as far as my PC gaming goes.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
But yeah, sorry if you're arachnophobic. This first part has some spiders. Very classic early RPG enemy. At least it's not rats, right? Oh, as I was saying, I empathize with people that have fears of spiders, or have a fear of spiders. I am afraid of snakes personally. It's less of a fear, like I'm scared they're gonna do something. It's less of that and more I am really uncomfortable when I see snakes.
Yes.
I find them to be deeply unsettling. We're gonna take this because we're gonna be able to sell that, I think. Don't think we're gonna use shields. Shields are for cowards. Or for people who like using shields. That's okay. What happened? You okay, buddy? Oh, another one. Golly.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe how low res
recognize
this
the
texture
statue,
looks
don't you?
suddenly.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
So much of our
I'd
past is
never have
lost.
guessed ancient elves might have lived here, with humans.
I typically find, oh, how could you? Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, not that I'm using it.
Were those walking corpses? This place is haunted.
Just take all. I usually find lore about. Dang it. I usually find lore about elves in fantasy things to be either very interesting or very boring. And what very little I know of... Can you... come over here? Cool. What very little I know of this game's... Now, see, that's just my fault. Does that dissipate ever? There we go. What little of this game's lore regarding elves that I know, I find interesting. Oh, that's a big boy. Oh,
Nice
lol, he
try.
coming.
And them off.
Better scar.
Hit.
By the creators. What was that thing?
Well, very obviously, it was a bear-like creature that, it's dead now, so don't worry. Just don't worry your sweet little honey child, you know, brain over it. It's okay. It's dead now. We gonna be fine. Everything gonna be fine, honey child. Can I go?
You aren't going to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror.
That's
are
not
you?
where my character was. Knowing what happens here makes the first option feel real bad. Feel real bad.
It sat here for who knows how many centuries. What could be so dangerous? Don't worry, I won't break it.
What could
I
be
wonder
so
what this writing
dangerous
is for.
about a
This is
giant mirror
Did you see that? I think
in a
something
spooky
moved inside the
place?
mirror.
In a spooky ancient ruin that you've never seen before in the woods where you live?
Hold on, I just want to know what it is. Don't you see it? There it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me. Help! I can't look away!
To be fair, that would be, like, legitimately pretty terrifying.
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
Duncan's cool. I think I mentioned in the first episode that I would remember things, but I kind of don't remember things about Duncan other than him being cool.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethalon. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Gonna be honest. The first time I played this game, I thought this was the guy I was just with in the ruins. I'm fine.
We thought you would die. The Shem who brought you here said there wasn't much hope. Seems he was wrong.
I don't really remember anything.
He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
The Shimlin was a Grey Ward?
So he claimed. I just wish he'd told us where that cave was. Most of the hunters are looking for it right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
I kind of appreciate this
I see you are awake, Donna.
sequence.
It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
Very specifically, what I appreciate here is he says, hey, the Keeper wants to talk to you. I'll go get her. Instead of me having to go find her, like, here at the beginning of the game, in this, like, location that I'm not familiar with, I do kind of appreciate the game kind of spoon-feeding this one to me a little bit.
Yes, he introduced himself as a Grey Warden. Duncan thought there may have been Darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true? Walking corpses? Dark magic, but not Darkspawn. I know not what the other creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember? A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dallin? Without you, we will not find it. I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly. Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
I do also appreciate. I mentioned before that I've played a little bit of KOTOR, not a whole lot, but I appreciate that some of these older BioWare RPGs tend to predate the.
I'm glad you recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
As you see here, I've got multiple dialogue choices of things I can say here, and it seems to me that like I like dialogue systems like this, that this predates BioWare's like Mass Effect dialogue system, and I don't necessarily have anything against that dialogue system. It's just I do prefer something a little bit more akin to this, and I genuinely disliked in Fallout 4 how the dialogue system moved over to essentially the Mass Effect dialogue system from a system like this, where in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas you had a system like this where you see exactly what your character is going to say. You see, like, option 2 here is a persuasion check. You see that there, and like Fallout 4 has such a boiled down and oversimplified way of showing you your chance at persuading someone, and it didn't feel like you were using a skill. It just felt like you were playing this almost like a dialogue mini game, which, good grief, like the dialogue mini game in Oblivion. But with something like this, being able to just see exactly what you're going to say as your character, decide, like, am I going to be a jerk? Am I going to be nice? Am I going to be inquisitive? Am I trying to persuade this person? Am I lying to them? Like, having those options there, while, you could have so many more options and it would be so much more complicated, especially with voiced dialogue. But I appreciate a system like this over other systems for sure.
One of my own crafting, perhaps? It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
I like that. I like that little line there of, like, we see this contrast of he was giving a heirloom bow to this other elf, and he's giving us a high quality bow that's got that same familial tradition as the other bow, but he's telling us that we get to make the story for that bow, and I like that.
May the creators guide your path.
Yes. No, belt goes in the belt-shaped one. Put the belt in the belt-shaped hole. It's pretty simple. I think I have a level up? No, item set bonus. Oh, wait, yeah, hold on. I think I remember now. Remember there being some kind of, like... Wait. I am a bit weirded out by using... It's just right there. It's right there. Okay, we're gonna do that. Unsportsmanlike kick to the target. Yeah, that sounds like me. Always cheat, always win in a fight. There she is. Okay.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
I know that is a staff on her back, that she's a mage, but for everything that looks like a really really large, like a warhammer, essentially. Just I kind of almost like the idea of that design for something like that, but no, of course it's a staff. I also like her armor. I like it's very modest compared to mine with my scandalously bare midriff.
And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Her voice actress sounds very familiar. We back in the woods again.
Never any shortage of these ones.
See, as a combat encounter, this feels fine at range.
Take that.
It also...
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
I don't know.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before? What would Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight? It's just that you're quite pale.
No,
You look
it's
a bit feverish,
just
in
a
fact.
mistaken character creation, don't worry.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
But as a combat encounter, that felt fine at range like that. And it didn't feel... It feels worse in a D20 system when you're swinging a weapon. Or rather, when you're pretty much
I wonder
stacked
whose
up
camp this
on an
is.
enemy,
Do you
and you're
remember it
both
being
just
here?
swinging, and it just says miss, 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 you know. That feels bad. At least to me, missing with the bow feels a little bit more feasible.
You're probably right. Didn't he say he was headed back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that? Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural. It seems whatever you woke up inside that cave has spread outside. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
Yes.
I also, what just happened there when I went to loot that corpse, where it was, right there as well, how it just gives me, like some money, instead of me having to go into an inventory screen and take it out. Another thing I guess I didn't notice before, because I just kind of ran in here, is these archways. These kind of seem like typical... fantasy ruin archways. Reminds me of some things in like the Elder Scrolls and the like. These columns are interesting. In that they've got that very Greco-Roman look to them. But they're square.
Going.
I really appreciate being able to play, like, kind of the world of PC gaming has opened up to me. I don't have a gaming PC. I'm playing on a laptop right now. Runs things like this very well, or fairly well. I don't have the ability to play anything like generally like newer, but I do have a PlayStation 5, and like playing on there with its solid state drive and playing on here compared to like playing this back on the PS3 and playing some things even like on the PS4, I really do appreciate now the quicker load times for sure.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Yeah, let's be realistic.
Still, even if he's here somewhere, we need to find his body. Let's just pray we're wrong.
I really do like her outfit with the leggings. I like that. I assume we're just kind of go in the... Did I just... Yeah, I was pretty sure I detected that guy.
Keeper will be pleased. Not bad at all. Yes. Die, damn you!
Having a mage in the party can be pretty nice. It's pretty cool. I was just here. You'd think I wouldn't just completely delete that information.
Have at you then. For the Dales!
Yeah, see that was my fault. That guy was being a lot more problematic than I realized. And I wasn't targeting him. Just a long-range archery battle, no big deal. Okay. Whoops.
And I'm off.
That little line she just said there where she said, "And I'm off," reminds me a lot of Baldur's Gate. Of little character barks.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
Okay, yeah, but for real, you heard fighting and you didn't come to help?
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andaran Atishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger. So you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror. I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
Tamlin touched the Darkspawn taint and made me sick.
I agree. So long as the mirror exists, it is a threat to anyone nearby.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see. First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat. It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
I know that's a very, like, fantasy or kind of like old-timey thing of him saying it is done, but it's just like, yeah, I know. I watched you do it, Duncan. You Hollywood carrying your swords like a goober.
There is nothing we can do. Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return. The Darkspawn would have taken it.
Taken it where? Or what would they do with him?
Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. I'm sorry. If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger. As you wish. I will see you back at camp.
I distinctly feel like there is something back here. Yeah, a chest. Yeah, this is, yeah, that's fine. I'm good. Hey, Duncan, wait for me. I also, for a game from 2009, I feel like this has, at least for me, this has visually held up really well. I've been playing some other games from around this time period that they really don't feel like they've stood the test of time. Now, would this be a good candidate for a remaster? Maybe. Is that likely? Probably not. But we did just get a remaster of the Mass Effect games, and from what I could tell, they look great.
I'm relieved you have returned, and I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlin? What did you find of him?
Yeah.
I see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel, then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Darlene, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Darlene sounds like like somebody took the very southern aristocratic way of saying darling and made it into like a fantasy sounding elven word.
Tell Haren Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Okay, where's... another thing that's kind of weird for me is the mini-map being, like, fixed, and my character moving in relation to it. That's always been weird for me in games.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
Yes.
So, another of our children has perished. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
I don't recognize that poem. Is that Yeats?
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlen brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
I don't know if the third option is... there's something about the wording of that makes me think that's rude, even though the second option's definitely the rude option. First option's the best.
We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on. You know, it's imperative now more than ever to pass on what we know to the young. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Why not?
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen? Yes, slaves to a terrible empire, the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery. They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants. And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands. To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart, until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path. Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the Oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get on with your business now. Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
There is a lot there that I like this little opportunity here to get some lore on the elves and their relationship with the humans. And I don't know, looking around, there's something about the Dalish elves in this that sort of evokes the Romani people. Just the kind of nomadic lifestyle. These very much look like the I don't know what you would call them. I guess like the carriages that like European Romani people you typically see at least depictions of them living in. But I empathize with a desire to kind of get away and be your own person. In this case, the elves are being their own people, but getting away from the rule of humans and instead, living not particularly a life of exile, but living a little bit more strenuous of a life out here. Like living this life on the move in the forests is preferable to the tyranny of men for the elves.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
It's just kind of coincidental that I guess my mouse was resting on this dialogue option, but that feels like what I would say.
The Darkspawn Taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
We do not know. But we could not watch you suffer. The Grey Warden offers you a way to survive.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty, and your salvation.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go? We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
I feel like that was a nice little touching way to end that little sequence. But so far, it really feels like this game has...
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
Just this first option. Too bad the same can't be said for you. What I was saying is this game feels like there's a lot of history. It feels like there is an actual, tangible backstory to what's happening right now. Duncan talking about, or Duncan and the Keeper talking about this relationship between the Wardens and the Dalish elves, and you know, him saying that they've served with distinction, and the Keeper saying that long ago they promised that they would, you know, stand up and help if a blight were to come. Like, I appreciate those little bits of history that make this feel a little bit more substantial. So, let's choose option 2.
To be fair, your people can be a bit standoffish. Not that I blame them, of course. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Why would you say that?
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
The king does seem like a good guy, though.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
And yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
He does seem to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
But yeah, that feels like a solid place to end the episode. Again, I'm enjoying Dragon Age Origins here with its 5 million pop-ups there. And yeah, this game, it's definitely I don't know how to put this. It's definitely attractive to me. Like this feels like the kind of game that I've been wanting to play for a little while now. But I genuinely hope that you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.